Catherine. How are you today?
Happy that our live stream is working.
I'm very
And
happy to be
oh,
with you
there she is.
today
There
from
she is.
Marseille.
She's trying to come out and be seen. We're going to say goodbye. And we're going to welcome William Delzell, my friend Bill.
Bill is how I'm known, I think.
That's right. And Katie is how I'm known. But Nolan has such a lovely pronunciation in her French accent of Catherine.
Yeah.
So j'aime
I'd
ça
stick with
beaucoup.
it. It's a nice thing. Yeah.
J'aime ça beaucoup. Yeah. Um, and Bill and I go back a bit, but let's put this in context. Finding Felix looks at the memory of cinema, and particularly according to Dr. David Pillamer's research, um, momentous events, which cinema, especially international cinema, can be because it is so distinctive. But other things, in addition to cinema, can be momentous events, like events in history, particularly if you are living in the middle of history. And that's why Bill is joining us today to talk about his project, The Future of the Past. And really an amazing situation came to Bill, a commercial photographer who worked in the Bay Area for all of his career, that a treasure trove of photographs, unprocessed and processed, some of them came to him, and these were of the Bay Area, both San Francisco, Berkeley, Oakland, Sausalito, I think there are some, and from 1966 to 1970. And Bill felt great empathy for the photographer and felt that he didn't understand why a photographer would leave such a wonderful collection of work behind in a locked storage unit. And he could have gone to Vietnam, could have any numerous things we thought of could have happened to this person. But Bill set out to find out who this person was. And so, Bill, I'm going to let you take it from there and tell us what happened and what's happening now. What's the latest?
Thank you. I think what makes our connection so interesting is that we're both interested in imagery and still and motion, and that this work speaks volumes about a time that was very lively and active and captured in still imagery. The work was powerful, and as you said, it struck me that the loss of this collection was really where the story was. And so I set out to try and discover who the photographer was. And that process has connected me with people around the world. Our investigative team is in 5 or 6 different time zones. And so there's a real connection between your work and my work and in that discovery process, and how we can use these experiences, whether they're in the past or in the present, to educate people, to give them a glimpse of the past, but as it relates to today's landscape. And that's what interests me. We've made a lot of progress. We've narrowed it down to 2 to 3 photographers now. Made some important discoveries. We're still in the process of verifying the work and who made it and what work was made by which photographer. But it's just been a wonderful experience because thousands of people have reached out to share their stories and their memories of that time, living memories, as well as relatives of people that lived at that time. Dozens of people have suggested it might be their father, their uncle, their mother. It's just been a remarkable experience. And so I've captured dozens and dozens of oral histories, and our objective now is to bring that work to young people in a way that's relevant to today's
Right.
environment.
That's what your program Speak Local is about. Young people are digging into this archive that you have and helping you present it. Is that right? Is that how Speak Local
We've
works?
got a very active crew of young people that are helping us to curate, categorize, and then begin to share. We have exhibits in the works, so more of the work will be able to be shared. Currently, we've only shared 132 of the 5,717 images.
Wow.
So there's a lot to share. And the interest is obviously there, and I'm just excited about how we can collaborate and expand our team and share resources and kind of use imagery as a modern tool to continue to educate and enlighten people about their life experience and life experiences of people in the past.
Well, I think we can't go any further without showing a few of these pictures, right?
That'd be great. Do you have some
well,
posted already, or were you?
I can share my screen and bring up a few, or how about you? Do you have some?
You'd need to coach me through the process. I am the least technical of
well, let me
people.
share my screen and I'll find them less technical. Let me see.
We have a partner gallery. Do you have that link?
Well, I have your link. I don't have the partner gallery. What is that?
Yeah, try clicking that. See what pops up.
Let me go to. I'm going to go right there.
I could potentially.
Let's see. Do you see Speak Local right now?
Yeah, that's there.
Or do you see my screen? Because I just
I'm seeing the Speak Local site.
And my screen?
Try doing a /after.org to partner gallery. See if that gets you there.
PART. Great that you have a partner gallery. Okay. But what I want to do is make sure that we're
I'm sorry. Let me see if I can find something. But
I can make you host, or co-host. But meanwhile, we can take a look at the site, and I want to make sure that my share is a little better. And just capturing that, and it should. There we go. Content only. There we are. It's still okay. I think that there we see. There's the team. I love that. And I want to just show some of the folks, some of the media, because what Bill did was media just ate this up. And here it is. There's one of the pictures, but just take a look at how many people are viewing, and this is counting, correct, Bill? This is.
It did for a while. I think we've stopped tracking to some extent.
Starting on January 8th, 2025. The bold italic did a really wonderful job of collecting a few of the pictures and showing. The Internet Archive, of course, showed some. Here's just a sample. And KCBS Radio, of course, you couldn't see it, but you could hear about them. And the San Francisco Standard had a great collection also. Fox TV. And
it's been shared in, I think, 62 or 3 countries and 60 million people.
Yeah.
So it's been quite exciting to get that amount of interest. And it looks like we've got a rather curious link. So it's partner percentage, the number 20 gallery.
Okay, let me go look at this. 8,899,488 views on Reddit. That's
wow.
And Instagram, the Smithsonian Magazine, John Dickerson, Primetime News, colossal and international platform for art and design. Look at that. This is one of the crazy. So Nalvin, this is just down the street from my house where I grew up. And this is the park where I would play right there. And
Yeah, why don't you share that story? That speaks volumes to the timing and the coincidence and the kind of
I will do that. I will do that
synchronicity
in
of
a
the whole thing.
section. But you
Yeah.
see this girl here and these two boys here, they were neighborhood people, neighborhood kids. I might have even gone to the same school.
Wow.
The
Just
look on,
amazing.
the look on her face is just amazing. Is amazing. Okay, so Bill, when I go to that link, say it again because we'll be able to bring up that photo, right?
I believe so, yeah. Speaklocal.org
Uh,
/ partner
okay.
percentage symbol 20, the number
Partner
gallery,
percentage
and then number 20 gallery,
20 gallery capital
lowercase /
/.
Hopefully
Okay.
that'll open it up.
Yeah.
Well, that's great that you have that. Very good. That's it. Partner gallery. Okay, take a look at that. Now, let's see the best way. Oh, we're in the middle now. I'm going to put us up to the side if we can. There we are. And this down below. Try and get all of these things out of the way. All right, there's the gallery. Really nice. This is amazing. So now the story is Bill and I have known each other for some time, and where he gave me a call. He knew I grew up in the Haight-Ashbury, and he'd just come across this collection. This is a few years ago, right, Bill?
Yeah, almost 4 now.
4 years ago.
Yeah.
And he's sitting with this collector from whom he got the collection, and he's just taking a few snaps with his phone, and he sends them to me, and there's 5 of them or so.
Okay.
And I look through, and it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these, and then I come across this one, and I say to Bill, "Oh my gosh, I see myself." and Bill thought, oh yeah, she, metaphorically speaking, she's just remembers the time and she sees herself. But I quite literally saw myself, and this is me at 5 years old.
Wow.
And this is my father, my mother, my brother, my sister Elizabeth, and Elena. And there were 2 more children that came after that.
Were there really? Yeah.
The whole family marching for Cesar Chavez. Unfortunately, his name means something different now. But then, and of course, still the farm workers movement was still very important to the time and for society at large. And so my family was marching on behalf of the farm workers so that the conditions in which they work became safer. Sometimes when they were working in the field, a crop duster, an airplane spraying insecticides would spray right over them. Wow. And of course cause all kinds of illnesses for these human beings. And other unsafe practices were carried on.
It's a gentle way of saying it, yeah.
Right, unsafe, right? Inhuman.
I appreciate how you say it's a gentle way, a gentleman
right.
way to explain what it was happened in the reality.
Don't want to shock anyone. Oh no. But right, so this is it. So Bill's project, The Future of the Past and Memory, and in connection with finding Felix and memory and Screen 360 TV and how it relates to memory is all very interconnected and means a lot to me as someone who also feels very connected to San Francisco history. So this, here it is, and that's there are many that are there. Bill, I can give you co-hosting. Let's see, I wonder if I can. And you could also narrate some of these if you'd like.
Well, it's certainly possible. I'm not seeing your screen for some reason, so that's
okay. Let me stop the share, and give you co-hosting, and then you can share and go find that screen. I'm wondering, or find your own screen.
Yeah, I'm not seeing your active screen, so
Okay, let me go back there.
that's okay. You know, I can certainly talk in general about.
Yeah. Let's click on that and we'll go back to some others, right? If I click on that and go back, I'll go back to there we are. Norman, what is your recollection of this time in France? I mean, I know you weren't born yet, but
It depends. Not sure. You don't mention the exact date. So it was
1966 to 1970.
I don't know. I was not born.
That's right. But what are the images that you see in France from that
About
period?
from US, you image from you, or image it's happened, what it's happened in France.
Both, les deux.
Okay. So during this time, what I have in my memory, okay. So I will not say it is everybody in France. It is what it's happened when you are. Remind me the date to make any mistake.
1966 until 1970.
Okay, so I am is correct that I will say. It is all protect strike you have in many people also, and it was a Mayflower. Is correct if I say that?
Or May Day?
May Day, yeah.
May Day, it's
yeah.
Workers.
Yeah, right? It was workers. It's correct now.
Rights. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's exactly workers' right. So it is what the image I have in my head, to be fair. And also it was before the disco in terms of music.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's more a photo about that, to be fair. And in France, to be fair, I don't have any important image of France at this time. I have a more American image in my memory, because probably emotion was very intensive when I see that, and also with the narrative behind. Because at this time in France, my memory is more linked to my family and photo of my own family, because it was linked to my mom, to my father, how they live, and my grandparents, but not about the situation of France, not about the worker rights. So it's not the same emotion, I will say.
Was there any connection to Vietnam that you remember? Not necessarily the war, but France, of course, had that connection with Vietnam.
Yeah, I made this connection about when I say Monday Day and Mayflower for youth, a very happiness time, a sex and drug area, as we can imagine today in our memory. But it's linked to the Vietnam approach. But I didn't want it to speak too much about that, because it was a long time away for me now, I think. And I prefer to keep in my mind, in my memory, time of peace and not a photo and image of war. But that is my personal decision. There's plenty photo of war, and it's very important to keep that, to be fair, for us, for the history. But in my mind and my brain, I prefer to not have too much.
Yeah, but because they are traumatic, and they make a memory like this.
Yeah. And for me, make a bad memory about what our humanity can be on the worst way.
The worst
and why to keep the work May time, and the image I have from America is more about the empowerment of people, and to show that people can make the difference all together as collaboration as a team and work together for peace and for citizens to have a voice, okay, compared to the other side. So I prefer to keep this part.
I think that's powerful because that it brings the relevance of the past into the present, and we can work towards making improvements that were part of the vision of the 60s, but in today's time.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So you can make a parallel, Bill, with what it's happened today. And for me, it's a pattern. Okay, we can see the past. Yes, there's very bad things, and we see so many images today, bad things. But in the same way, we see that citizens can have the power if they collaborate together, if can share more information as we do today, clearly, because at this time there was not internet, so the communication was different. So in 60s, so yes, I believe on our humanity and in peace. So I prefer to think about that.
It's true, and I think
Staying present.
yeah, staying present, right? And from what I've learned about cognition and memory, the specialist told me that it is the good times, the happy things, the things that bring us joy that we remember most. The painful things, they're there, and that's we do keep them quieter, rather, unless we are unfortunate to have a sort of tragic narrative that we prefer to live in. There we are, and we might just do that. So,
yeah,
this one's a singing group, and this reminds me of a little bit of what Burning Man became. This sort of
and you both, because you asked to me, but Bill and Catherine, what was you in your mind about the time? In your memory, because we don't have the same age in the same time. So
that's right. Well, mine is very sensory, if I might go ahead, because of course you saw me at that age, 5 years old, and then when you're that age, your sensors are really vibrant and growing, and you're growing. It's called arborating. Your nerves are arborating and growing with use, and there were so many scents in the air, and new things to try, new foods, and music. We're hearing a lot of music. We're seeing a lot of visual. You can see that the clothes were very expressive. And so visually, we're seeing a lot of color and texture and flow of garments. And that is what's in my memory too. I think, and remember my teachers training our olfactory senses, having us identify scents in little vials, but we couldn't look at them. We could only smell them. And I thought, this was incredible education, sensory education. And film is only audio visual, but as filmmakers, we want our audiences to have a full sensory experience. So I think it's a wonderful exercise. In fact, I made a film about it, to think about what your film tastes like and what what are the accompanying sensations that go with your artwork. So yes, for me, it was a very vibrant time, and sometimes a little smelly, smelling of a lot of people and incense, patchouli oil, marijuana, of course, it wafted through the air. I was a kid. I didn't inhale, but I might have unintentionally.
In proximity.
In proximity. How about you, Bill? We've talked about this a little
Well,
bit.
yeah, I was 10 years old in 1967, and I had an activist father that was a teacher, president of the Teachers Union. And his idea of a good father-son bonding experience was to take me to anti-war protests.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm expecting at some point I'll see myself in one of these photographs because
Right.
more than one time I was holding the banners at the front of the crowd.
Oh.
My father would speak at these protests. He was a veteran of World War II.
Mm.
Um, and as you mentioned, they were very lively and noisy and quite stimulating, not always good, but just very loud, very aggressive moments. So I have vivid memories of those times. And because my father was such an activist, everything from Cesar Chavez, we didn't eat grapes in our house for
Right.
years.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
and many, many protests. So I have vivid memories as a young person. I didn't understand it, of course, but I was aware of it,
Mm-hmm.
aware of why we were there. And as the son of a veteran, you understand the impact of war on a person. And um, yeah, those memories are strong.
Jerzy Moskowitz in the Finding Felix documentary. Jerzy is, I think he was the founder and longtime director of the Alekino Festival in Poznan, Poland. And he said that film, like the memory that you had with your father at 10 years old, is like a gift. You open it up and it takes a long time to open, and it takes a long time for you to enjoy the gift of the memory, but it's there in you and it continues to contribute to the life that's built upon it. And that's what's so incredible about momentous events and vivid memories, which is the title of David Pillamer's book, that events like this live in us and they continue to gather like memories and build instinct. So the both of us have instincts towards going out and doing something about it rather than staying back and hiding and letting it happen. And so that is something that happens with those memories as they grow inside a person. Look, yeah, there's Timothy Leary. Look at that. Oh, look, the face paint. This is San Francisco City Hall. Oh, this farmer. Melvin, look at this. Hard to believe.
I opened my own screen, to be fair, because on your sharing, I don't see photos, so I opened another screen.
Oh,
I
so
don't
you
know
can
if you bid, so but
I'm not seeing the images either.
Oh, you're
you
not.
too?
Yeah.
Even larger? Oh, come on.
No, I'm seeing your screen, but I'm not seeing the images.
Yeah, you
I thought
are
it was
like
user
me.
error on my part, which could be.
No, but it. What about now?
But we are both to William. Yeah, you and
C'est
me.
mieux ça. Is this better?
No,
No?
no, not for me.
Oh.
That's why I open. So when Bill give us
Let me do another one.
the number, so I open it directly on my browser. So speaklocal.org/partner
Good.
%20 gallery.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
Well, I don't this. I'm so sorry. I'm glad you told me.
No,
It's
that's
just
true.
content only, and it should be there. But yeah, what I'm seeing now on the screen is a camper van, and in the front of this camper van are men in brown shirt, khaki uniform, reminiscent of the Nazi brown shirts. And they have Nazi armbands on. And this is in front of San Francisco City Hall. And you see on the left, in front of these people, are San Francisco policemen who also have to protect people they disagree with, and this is the freedom of speech. Everyone has the opportunity, the right to protest, even if they are Nazis. And this just shows that the underbelly is with us all the time. And that's what that picture from 1970 shows us. And it's amazing to me when I saw this for the first time, that this is happening in San Francisco. Mais ça existe. And here, Muhammad Ali 0084. Do you have that one, Bill?
I'm certainly aware. I know the
Yeah,
image.
you know it. This is Muhammad Ali.
Oh, that's here. But thank
Yeah.
you to give us.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm stopping the share. I'm going to start the share again and we try again. Yeah, there. And share content there, because I want to make sure that it's
not popping.
Oh, isn't that strange? It's not allowing. There's something happening. Bill, Melvin, I'll make you co-host. You can
Yeah. Try to, if you do it, I will try to share my
you
own
might have
screen.
more expertise. I'm
I think what's happening is I'm not updated on my
probably. So let me to share.
Zoom.
You give me the right.
I am
So
so sorry.
normally,
So sorry.
no, it's okay. Don't worry. So I will do all the things. So let me go. Come on. Partager.
And so Bill, while Melvin is doing that, what's the latest on
Do you see my screen?
Wait, c'est là.
Okay. C'est là. I love your accent, Catherine. So sorry.
Good. I'm glad. It's not bad.
You have
huh?
very lovely accent.
Not bad.
So I'm going to the photo you mentioned. 0098 94 99994 here.
Yes. But that's funny how I'm coming across
Here.
here.
I don't know why you are here.
I don't know why I'm there either.
Here.
Yeah, put me
You
down.
will be here.
Put me down there. Put me away. That's Muhammad Ali.
Here.
Wonderful. Yes.
Yeah, that's one of that was an image that made me believe that this photographer had technical skill. You can see the choice of depth of field. That would be the f-stop that would create a blurry background and a sharp subject matter. And that took real skill, especially shooting color transparency, which had very little wiggle room for exposure. You either got it right or you didn't. And he got it right so often that we were pretty confident that they were skilled, possibly trained, possibly self-trained. There's more to learn about this individual.
Right. But their positioning also.
Yeah,
they got
everything.
right up close.
Yeah. And
Very
I'm told by
clear.
you see a photographer, can't see his camera there, but there's a young man on the right side of the frame, Michael Zagaris, and he was the third person that the work was shared with, and just randomly identified himself and told a story about how Muhammad turned to him and said, "Do you have your draft card?" He did. He pulled it out, and Muhammad Ali lit it on fire, despite promising not to talk about the Vietnam War. Apparently.
He didn't talk about it. He just
Yeah. He may not have talked, but
he just lit a torch to a draft
but
card.
he expressed himself, and so very, very powerful imagery there.
What was Michael's response to that? Was he concerned?
A willing participant. Yeah, he was and still is a living contributing photographer. Still goes out on jobs and shared that story with me. So it was very fun.
Oh, I'd love to meet him sometime.
Fun to hear. Yeah.
Go ahead and scroll up, Melvin.
Yeah, you have plenty photo. So
I'm scrolling down.
Who is this on the left with this really?
Here.
Amazing color. Do you know who that is,
I
Bill?
believe that's a Danish flag, and I think they were
Mm.
from Denmark and had come over.
Oh,
At first,
oh,
I thought that might have been a Swiss flag, but I was mistaken. And
uh-huh.
so, as I am told, somewhere in the neighborhood of 100,000 people from around the world came to San
Mm.
Francisco during the Summer of Love and shared in all the public events, and musicians from around the world came. And I've heard from many of the musicians directly that have shared stories with me about their experiences at the time. So it's been quite exciting and rewarding to connect with these individuals and allow them a forum where they can um, share their stories. And as part of our education platform, these stories are attached to the images, and we will create a database of information, not only the individuals that we identify. Just to the right, you see Carlos Santana and one of the rare images of him with short hair. And
Oh,
so he was quite
Mm.
young. Um,
number 86.
yeah,
Melvin, could you
Yeah.
open that
right.
one up?
Yeah.
Click on it.
Probably if I click on, I
Click on
should
it, it
have a bit.
opens it up.
Yes,
There
I
it
have
is.
an open image. I have a better
Oh,
image.
yeah, look at that.
So those
Oh,
were the early days, and we've identified the guitar and realized that's one of the few times he ever played that guitar, and
oh
we've had
my.
the
Ah,
location. Our investigators are just stubbornly determined to find every bit of information they can, and we have the location of this image now, the date that this was made.
where is it? Where is it in San
I am not a textbook
uh
kind of
he's wearing a tie, which
is. Oh yeah, you're right. I didn't even notice that before. Yeah, I just
so,
saw the guitar.
I mean
Yeah,
his
I don't have the same. We should get Kevin on the phone at some point, and he can walk through dozens and dozens of these images with exquisite
mm,
detail, where
yeah.
and when, and details about the song he was playing. I mean, it's just been remarkable.
Well, I mean, we know that, I mean, you just said that 100,000 from around the world came to San Francisco. And when I go out into the world, they talk about San Francisco and the love for San Francisco because of the summer of love.
Right.
Mm.
And Norman, I think though there was a sort of summer of love in France, no? Wasn't there something like this?
We have some of form of love in France because Paris
Oh, well,
is
there we are.
considered like the city of the love.
Yeah, you're right. There we are.
But as French, to be fair, I travel, that is true. And I still surprised when people say Paris is the city of love and many things about that, because maybe because I grew up in France and I know Paris too. I had a chance to have some parents. We go to Paris, even if I come from a village. So I have this opportunity to know this city. I can understand people about that. But for me, just yes, it's Paris. There's nothing around love. It's Paris. So there's some situation tourists they did, and they do all the time. I don't understand. Then take a photo and pictures in front of the Tour Eiffel, so the Eiffel Tower, and put some cadenas also. That for me is very strange, to be fair.
Cadna, what is that?
Yeah, how do you say cadenas in English?
Cadna.
Cadenas en anglais. Let me search a translation. How you said cadenas? Chains. You know when your
Put
language.
Yes, a lock
A
on the
lock.
bridge.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
on the
lock.
bridge, right?
Ah,
Famous,
sur le
Yeah.
pont
famous.
Why you
d'Avignon.
put that? Why you do that?
I don't know. This was relatively new for me, and I only saw it, but I've seen it in the US as well.
Okay, you have that also in the US. So because for us, for our city, it is a huge problem.
Oh,
Because yeah, because the high. So what is happened? People, they have too many. How you said
locks.
the right
Locks.
Yeah, there's too many locks. We we break them.
And
we
then
have to
what
do the
happens? Oh, I can just imagine that all over the world. People are divorcing and
Well, I think
separating.
the weight of the bridge has
yeah,
changed, and so
Yeah.
it's
yeah. So we can't keep
love
them.
causes all kinds of problems.
Yes. So yeah. So, but to be fair, it's true. I love Paris, the city of love. I can understand due to the cinema and the movie we produce in France, because there's many film and many movie or series that are produced in France, and we create the in the imagination of people that Paris is so beautiful, it's love, yeah, but that in the reality, in the real life, not for French people who live in Paris, to be fair. It's true for tourists, but not for
Not
French
all the
people.
time. Not all the time.
Not all the time.
Not
Well,
in
in the interest of pivoting to your project, my favorite film as a young person was The Red Balloon, which I believe was
uh-huh.
a French film.
This is
Uh,
Yeah,
um,
yes. In fact,
I
Nolan, could you pull up from your computer an image
yeah,
of the red balloon?
yeah.
And
Let
I
me.
could draw a picture of it. It's so vivid in
Oh,
my
if you can share your pictures, you can do it, William.
Yeah, that film was so powerful to me. It lingers to this day. I was tempted last night to sort of do a little research on the red balloon, but I thought I'd rather stick with my memory of it than have a reminder of it
uh,
today, because I saw it through the eyes of a young person, and I might have been in third grade or something when I
right.
saw that film.
I think that's when
Yeah.
it came to the US. It was made in 1956.
Was it?
Yeah,
Okay.
and do
Yeah.
you think it was a color film or a black and white film?
I remember it in color, but I don't know. I've either transposed it or remembered it as color, but uh, now that I think of it, I believe it was black and white, was it? Or maybe
Oh,
the book might have had a colorized image of the red balloon, because there was a book that was printed as a companion. But that's a really interesting question. I remember it in
Tiffany,
color.
do you know? Cici?
No, I
No?
don't know him.
So here's
No.
what I read about it because I also thought, wow, how did they do that? Black and white, and then with the red balloon on top of that. That was just, before post-production trickery and such. They could have done it, cell by cell.
So primarily it was photographed in black and
Well,
white.
here's the thing.
Mm.
Apparently, Paris was so gray and dingy. It
Okay.
was shot in color, but
Okay. Yeah.
this was the actual color of Paris at the time. And so putting a red balloon, and that was one of the purposes of the film, was to show the lack of vibrance and perhaps how Paris could become more vibrant
Mm.
after that. And I loved finding out about that because I do have a black and white image in my mind with the red balloon over the top of it, but it was simply
The contrast, you're right. The
yeah,
color
it
of
was the
the balloon
contrast.
did
Yeah.
stand out. Yeah. Uh,
Okay.
but memory is fuzzy, isn't it, when it comes to specific details? But the image, the intensity of that film, that the loneliness of that boy
Yeah.
really struck me in that way. His sort of solitary experience chasing that
Mm,
elusive balloon. It,
and the gang of kids who bullied him
right.
for his
Yeah,
balloon.
it was scary and impactful and beautiful,
Mm,
um, but powerful, and that's sort of the lingering memory that you speak about in your work,
yeah.
and what impact people have, or what impact film has on people at various ages in their life. So,
And true. And I would say most Americans that I speak to and ask the thesis question, what's your earliest memory of an international film? Most say Red Balloon
do
in
they
the
really?
United
Okay,
States. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
right. Yeah.
At the time, from let's see, I think it was 1967, 68 until about 1980, 80s, it was on Spottily then, there was the CBS Children's Film Festival. And someone really cared to go out into the world and find international films to present to young people on Saturday, Sunday mornings.
Mhm.
Okay.
And I went looking for the producer, and I couldn't find the producer. I found one woman, and I think she's still with us. I visited her, I think she was in Los Angeles. Oh, please let me think of her name. But she was maybe a co-producer, and I wanted to ask why it didn't continue and when did it stop? Why? Because someone had the same idea I have and the same desire to bring international films to young audiences. And I still have not gotten a definitive answer.
I do believe I saw it in a classroom.
Yes.
I have a friend with a textbook memory for our childhood, and he could tell me. It would be
Oh, that's
interesting.
great.
But
We
I'm
want to
almost
talk to
certain
him.
because we had a black and white TV at home until I was probably an early teenager. So I saw nothing in color at home. So I must have seen that film in 16 millimeter projected in a
Oh, that makes
dark
sense.
classroom. Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense. It would be interesting to look at the distribution of that, because if anything, there was maybe some local closed circuit television that could have projected it through an educational stream
Yeah,
of
not in
some
our
sort.
school district.
Not yours.
It was all 16 millimeter projection.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to set up the screens, so I remember.
Okay. Maybe
Yeah,
it was California Newsreel that did that. If
could have
they,
been.
I think
Yeah.
they were around for a while. Okay. I'll have to look that out. I'll look that up. Red balloon, right. Um, Interestingly, none of the interviewees in Berlin named the red balloon.
Hmm.
Oh.
It's interesting to me. And that could have been a matter of distribution. But they often mentioned American films. One woman who was about my age, maybe, she mentioned Lassie. So
Okay.
American productions coming over. Another woman mentioned oh, a Disney film. I think uh, Cinderella or Snow White.
Yeah, I'd
Uh,
imagine Disney made its way
Mhm.
over there. Yeah.
yes, certainly. And that one of the scholars at UC Santa Barbara actually wrote a book about how the theaters were sort of considered the hand in hand with the embassies, because they showed American work at the cinema. So there were a lot of American cinemas purchased abroad, certainly in France,
Yeah.
and yeah, other European countries, but definitely France. And I think this is something that the Dardenne brothers very early on said, no, 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 we can't have this tidal wave of American work, because we need to make our own work, and our own stories need to come together at international film festivals, but we shouldn't have so many foreign films in our cinemas. Enough, but not more than we have of our own work. And I know in Argentina, for instance, working with a colleague there, she said it's difficult to see our own work, Argentine work in Argentina, because the American tidal wave of cinema is so strong. And this is something I'm very wary of and very aware of. And I believe that if we increase the increase the flow of foreign work into San Francisco, well, San Francisco, as well as the rest of
Yeah.
the United States, particularly in the rural areas of the United States. Our colleagues in France and Germany and other places in the world that are filmmaking centers would be a lot happier, and they would welcome an equal exchange rather than an inundation of culture from the United States.
I think your most recent film that highlighted your project, the thing that was the most memorable to me was young people saying, I'm excited about travel and that I'd like to see the world.
Yeah.
That can only bring benefit to all of us when people share their cultures and their life experiences. But it starts with curiosity. And if you don't have curiosity, then you don't travel.
And we see a very strong example of lacking curiosity in the United States right now in one person. So we just can take note from that.
Right.
And you said that your cinema industry, okay, are too strong. I think it's the first time I heard that. American, it's true. You are very patent in this industry. That is true. This is amazing. And it creates our own image about the world. That is true. I remember the first time I visited New York, I said, yeah, okay, I visited New York. But I saw so many times New York in the movie and
you knew it. You knew it.
I know it. There was no surprise me. It was no dépaysement, as we discussed.
Bill, very quickly, dépaysement is a sensation of travel, feeling outside of your comfort zone. First, it's a little uncomfortable, but then you gain perspective on where you were. And this is really important, and this is what we want to convey with international films.
Yeah, I think get into the unconditioned space of the mind. To me, that's an exciting place to explore because we grow up conditioned, we have belief systems, and it's very easy to stick to those. And it's only through experience with things that are unfamiliar that you realize the unconditioned world, and that's where real discoveries happen. And I find that really exciting. That back to your latest film, it highlights young people after experiencing your project saying, "I am genuinely excited about international travel."
Yeah.
And if that doesn't happen immediately, they can travel virtually and experience their peers in other countries. So I think it's a great thing. It's absolutely necessary for us to solve some of these big challenges.
Yeah.
Yes, and totally right, Bill. Because this is what I would like to carry on my feeling. It is what is my perception today. It is, yes, you are very important in this industry, but in the same time, even if it is more difficult for some country, as you mentioned, Catherine, we have more and more movie in French. We support a lot cinema and the culture. There are more and more movies from Italy, from Germany, and it's very important to create this space, but also from China, because China creates a huge project about media and push their citizens also to go to the cinema because it's not on that culture yet. So they are going to push their citizens to go this way, and in certain way also, as you mentioned, Bill, visit and create this desire and curiosity to meet other people. And from India, it is a huge country, also create many movies and many filmmakers. We don't see them, so Indian movies in France yet. We start, not plenty. We have some of them, but you have to live in Paris, for example, if you want to see more Indian. So when you live in a small city, is different. And we are going to see some movie from Nigeria, more and more.
Nollywood.
So, from Nollywood. So, and personally, my personal feeling, it is where people, it's my perception, to be fair, people are going to be more curious and to see more movies from outside the US too. You stay the first. I would not say the difference, but people are going to say, okay, probably I will see that, and then they start to learn something new, and the desire and develop this curiosity. We should have more.
Yeah, yeah. And it's I love that you say it's the first time you hear someone not disparaging the US industry, but I think that it is too large and it needs to temper itself and consider the exchange. And this is, I recognized when I started my first company, Catapult Productions, back in 1990. And part of that was to increase the flow of international films into the United States. And so, yeah, it's something, and so you're hearing it, something that I've been saying for a long time. You're hearing it fresh today, and we continue to talk about that. And I think we are in a space that is, well, like I said, there's only 10 international film festivals for young audiences in the United States. My handprints are on 5 of them.
Nice.
And this is, just shows you how young a space it is. And the space is dominated by television, not so much by cinema. And there is a small group of people out there. There's the Children's Media Association, and they're focused on Sesame Street and Mr. Rogers. And there are some places that they come through that are, centers of children's media. But it's there's enough space for a lot more innovation. Let me just say, there's a lot more space for innovation, and getting them onto screens at schools. I mean, Bill, you're saying you saw it at school because someone cared, and the restrictions were probably lighter than a teacher could say, I have a 16 millimeter film and I can show this, and I can invite parents, but I don't have to send a release letter to every parent and ask
very
for their
progressive
permission.
school.
I mean, this is the reason why my brother, who taught public school, could not have a Screen 360 TV event in his school because, inevitably 1 or 2 children would be missing out because the parent didn't sign a release or said no or wasn't informed. And we just don't have these freedoms in public school where they would make the most difference, of course, if we could present these films. And so that's why it's very important to make a market foothold where it is already accepted, where global competency is already practiced in a school. Sometimes that's a public school, sometimes it's not. And was difficult for our National Science Foundation reviewers to recognize that it's difficult to find this foothold in public schools. And so sometimes you might start in private schools so then you can grow. For instance, with the International Baccalaureate curriculum, 89% of which is in public schools in the United States. So actually, I thought that was a very smart approach to partner with the International Baccalaureate curricula that is in public schools. But one of our reviewers didn't think so, didn't quite understand. There was still sort of a, if you're creating the attitude that if you're creating innovation for education, you need to be thinking about public school first. You should be thinking about the larger population but this is not true. You are always thinking about the larger population, but you have to get in first and survive so that you can grow to embrace the larger population. And well, Mr. Trump helped with that as well to make it difficult for us to survive, but we will survive, I'm here to say, because we will survive. But look at that. I'm seeing it is on the hour, and I'm not, what is the time?
Oh, really?
Yes, it's the hour already. We have, I would like to talk about our progress so far and Seed and Spark. We have 13 more days, and we still need to make about 95% of our goal, which is $44,000, and that's not a lot of money. So nope. But we have, so we do want to continue, and hoping that Bill's luck. It was just Nolven. I was watching Bill's Kickstarter campaign on the last 3 days, and it was. How far were you? 50% down?
I don't think we'd even been at 50%
The 3 days
on the final day. Even I think we were below.
Well, no, it was starting to, but I was watching the numbers spin just like this. People learned about it through a lot of press, and it's in 3 days, and it went through the roof. I mean, watching that was such a thrill. And
it was terrifying and fun at the same
time.
I already share who you are, Bill, from some people who are French here during our discussion, and they support American action. So
yes,
thank you. Well, I'm very hopeful that the world will see what you're doing and support it. It's certainly worthwhile, and I think regardless of how our projects unfold, I see us working together in a meaningful way, and I look forward to it.
Yeah, that's why we keep going all the time with Catherine too, with the Finding Felix project too, because we share, I guess, Bill, it is the same approach as it is to share knowledge with everybody, and particularly for young people, so on their education. And it's important to remind us of the past. So I'm so happy personally to meet you today.
Thank you. I feel the same way. And I like your background, by the way. It's very inspiring on a grand scale.
Yeah, I really love astronomy. So many people told me that in Catherine too, but I love astronomy, and remind me in the same time that we have to target stars, and that is very important, and just remind that we still also human, so we are very little on the planet, and that it is a reality. So that is very important for me, to in the same way to express also who we are. So keep
very nice to meet you.
That I want to share the coming.
Yeah, so the next coming, we don't see, but the next
okay.
No, don't we? So the next meeting and live will be Monday.
Will be Monday, but somehow I've written Sunday. Whoops.
Yeah, you make a little mistake. I saw that. So, but anyway, so it's really Monday. It's not Sunday, everybody. Don't worry.
We're going to talk about innovation and peace innovation. And Screen 360 TV, which is the delivery platform for the research that is Finding Felix Research, was named by the Stanford Peace Innovation Lab as a positive peace technology. And I believe they are, if they have not already, defined a way to create like carbon points for companies to create peace points. And I hope they're still doing that. They're in The Hague now. The Peace Innovation Lab is in The Hague now, and I think they're doing really big work there. And I will reach out to them and see what's the latest on their website. I'm not sure if I could get somebody to talk with us at this short notice, although I tried. And one thing I wanted to say that is that people have been responding to the film memory repository. You see this? And I think next week we'll read some of them, and they're really wonderful. I think there's 8 to 10 responses there yet so far, and all different. And I think there is one red balloon. So it's the thesis question: what's your earliest memory of an international film, and how has it influenced your life so far? And these responses are really lovely to see. So
Start to
we'll
share
read
your
some of
screen.
those.
Start to
What?
share your screen
Oh,
to see better
Ah.
the QR code, Catherine.
Okay.
And
Oh,
now,
there we are.
yeah,
There's
it's
the
better.
QR code. Whoop.
Yeah,
And
here, perfect.
very good. You can copy that
I'm
and
gonna
participate.
try and see if I can do it
See
here.
if you can do that. Get that. Oh, oh my goodness. Wait, what's
You
happening to me?
you disappear.
Where am I? Whoa.
That
Here.
it is a live session.
Loading. I'm not going to get it.
Wait,
but
wait, here.
I'll find it on your website,
What?
I'm sure.
Yes,
Go on
and
back.
here. I
Yeah,
will.
I think you're
There. Oh,
hold it
there.
right in front of your
Here.
face because
Yeah.
I
There
think
it
the
is.
On
background
your
is
face.
There. Go.
boom. Open in Chrome. It worked.
Oh, good. Okay, good, good. Yes, it's been working very well.
Yeah.
I use
And it's continuing to work. That's the
continuing.
way. Yeah, you got to keep it within the frame of your body because your background is
Oh, there we are.
that's it. Perfect.
Yeah,
There.
no,
I'm just
it's
going. I'm going to go out and live with this like Google glasses or something.
Just tape it to your back.
Tape it to
walk
my back.
fast.
I
Yeah.
walk around with these. I walk around with these. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, merci, Bill. And we'll see you soon. I walked past your new building in San Francisco on Haight Street.